Well, we just wrote how we feel that our town is right now and how we feel like it should be and how we would think that it would be appealing. And then we wrote pathway of how we think that we could get from there to here, from the bad to the good and probably the ugly that's mixed in the middle. We're the future of this town, and it's important for us to show it to them because they can make the changes right now. But we're going to be growing and running this town, and so we can go on and add to it once we get older. But right now, it needs to be enjoyable for everybody. Not just for them if they're old-fashioned or if they just like it the way it is and closed-minded. They need to think about the children that are growing up in this town and all that they're going to go through and all that they're the drugs, how it's all just boring and small. They need to know how we can prosper and get into a town that's actually involved and proud of themselves and has a good reputation. Like I said, we can start the youth activism. We can start clubs. We can go and we can talk to the mayor. We can talk to the council members. I mean, I think that we even have a council member as a teacher here in the school. So we can talk to them. We can write editorials in our school paper. I mean, we can do so much to help it. And there's a lot of kids that would, but I think some of them are scared to talk about their opinions and stuff for fear of like the teacher being like, or the council members or something being like, well, there goes that kid. They're just they don't feel that we really know what we're talking about. I think the best part is just just bringing in Elkhorn City as a whole, and then breaking up into parts like what's my favorite part of this place, what's the least valued place, what I feel is sacred to me, is special, is scary. I think that those are real fun just to break it up in little pieces and see what's the different and unique parts about it.
I'll start. Today we put our pictures that we thought were Elkhorn, just like what represented Elkhorn to us, onto little pieces of cardboard to make postcards for it, so people can see what we've actually worked on and see what we as teenagers can see in Elkhorn. And talked a little bit more about what we're going to present and how we're going to let them know what we're thinking and what we're feeling.
Same thing. Today we took the pictures that we thought would be best as a postcard for Elkhorn, and we made them into actual postcards that we can sell, and they're just pictures that what we think actually represent what Elkhorn City really is to us.
And I think the postcards was really nice because it actually, people can buy them and take them off and actually see and image what Elkhorn really is to us as young people.
You're not going to go off from here and see a postcard about Kentucky that has to do with Elkhorn. That's
You actually notice different things what you normally wouldn't notice.
Yeah, you look at things different when you're looking through the lens. You see things a lot differently.
You say, well, I've never really seen this close up, and you get into it and find out what it really looks like.
Well, I think it was nice that, I don't know, it's just like people actually care what we think about and how we feel about Elkhorn, and we actually got to, show people what we think, and somebody actually listened.
Yeah, our next step is making the ideas that we put on this board to work for us, to put it all together and show them that it can happen. What we want on this board can happen.
I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Elkhorn City all my life. I went to school in Pikeville before, but most of the time I spent here in Elkhorn. In my free time, I love to play sports, and I'm hoping to get out of this program a better knowledge of how technology works. And now it's time for a commercial. Thank you.
This week, with my expectations, I hope to walk away with something new and something that I can look back 10, 15 years from now and look back and say, hey, I actually did that, and I was experiencing that.
Hey, I'm Matt Dameron. I'm 16 years old, just turned 16, and things I enjoy long walks on the beach, candlelight dinners, and older women mostly, and I play baseball and a bunch of other stuff, really not interesting. And I hope to get some knowledge of cameras and some other stuff out.
Hi, my name is April. I've lived in Kentucky all my life, and I really like it here, and going to other places just isn't the same. Out of this week, I hope to learn something new that I can use further in going to school and seeing other places in the country, but around here I think it's just a really home place, and I really enjoy it. Some of my activities I go to church, and I just really like hanging out with my friends and stuff, but I'm really excited about this program. Thank you.
My name is Jonathan Lounsbury, and I like to do art, paint, sketch, and I play in the band, play bass guitar and baritone. And what I hope to get out of this is a learning experience of technology and cameras and the movie business and everything.
And out of this program, I hope to sort of enlighten myself on the whole production and video and the different aspects of it. Thank you.
My name's Adam Ratliff. I'm on the ECU baseball team, and I go to school here at Elkhorn City High School. I'm 15 and I'm a sophomore. What I hope to get out of this period, this after school, is I hope to gain experience that I can put towards college goals and future planning. And I'd like to use some of it in maybe extracurricular scholarship activities for art. That's places like UK or Eastern, and that's where I'm really interested in going.
We learned a lot of different terms about the video industry. We also done a couple of great exercises to help us build teamwork and things like that.
We did a video scavenger hunt. We went out and with our cameras and with doing each letter of the alphabet, taking and filming something with each letter of the alphabet from A to Z. Thought that's pretty cool.
We produced our own movie, I guess you could call it. We broke up into teams, and we had pictures, and we had to put them on a background, and we had to write our own script and come up with our own little movie. It was cool. We were on the same team, so I'll let
This is
him
about
say
the
it.
mountain heritage and all the things that Elkhorn has been through in the past years and the things that it's going to become in the future, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I came from a place where hard labor was the key to success. Working hard every day became a great risk due to hazards of job conditions, although this was the only way to make ends meet. Community involvement kept everyone together during rough times. Together we built a foundation for a new beginning. Eventually, new jobs and industrialization helped to further populate the area. Life began flowing more easily. We found beauty and heritage inside these mountains, which can truly only be appreciated by those who have watched them grow. Walking across the bridge to our community's future, do you really know how steady it stands? A video production by April Holland,
Tia Hill,
Chris Walker,
Matthew Dameron,
and Matthew Arrington.
I come from a place where the people are close, families are big, and you'll always have a helping hand, whether you're a family or friend. A place where everyone works together, even though times are hard and jobs are scarce. A place where fun and excitement are just around the river bend, and the nature around us is always flowing. A place where our pride is as tall as the breathtaking mountains we hike, and the beauty is overpowering. A place where the community was once growing, but is now slowly deteriorating as the economy drifts away. From a place where the people are always remembered and our mountain heritage will never die.
I learned that making a movie, you have to have a lot of patience, and you got to make sure the scenery and everything's all right.
It takes a lot of teamwork. Everyone has to work together and truly be focused on what your subject is.
If we had an activist group, we could have like a representative, somebody that would be able to voice our opinion themselves and in front of everyone. Someone that could tell them and actually have proof that we really do feel the way we feel.
Yeah, and have everyone to be a whole lot more involved, to go out to the meetings and show them that we really do want something happening. Take our graffiti board and show them that, you know, we are serious and we want something in this community better than what we have.
And today we got to go out in the community and talk to people and interview them and ask them about the things going on around here and trying to get their support and bring stuff to Elkhorn. And it was really interesting to find out their point of views and to know that they're concerned and that we let them see that we're concerned too and that, you know, we're trying to do something about it.
We intend for our video to raise awareness about the lack of things to do in Elkhorn City. We choose to make this video because we feel strongly this is a problem crippling our community. Here are the thoughts of community members on this issue.
There's a really big problem with the lack of activities to do in Elkhorn for teens. There's really nothing to do, and it brings in a lot of drugs. Since there is nothing else to do, that's just what people find to do. People hang around, cause trouble, or else just go to Pikeville to the movies or just to hang out.
Well, sure, it's a problem in all small communities where kids really rely on their school activities to keep them busy and maybe a few church activities, but it's always good to have the kids involved in extracurricular activities throughout the community. I think it keeps their minds working and keeps them out of trouble, basically.
Absolutely. I think it is a problem. We see a lot of not only teenagers but kids on the streets, and there's just nothing for them to do.
Well, because like if they don't have anything to do, they just go home and just sit around. They really don't get anything done.
I don't think there's very much for teens to do in Elkhorn City. There's a lot of things that could possibly be done, I believe.
I feel that it's a problem because the kids, all the older people have things to do, and none of the kids have anything to do. The older people have places to hang out. They have places that they can go and talk. They really don't do anything entertainment-wise. So the kids are more active and are more into interacting with each other. So they need a place that they can go. All we have is a ballpark. So if we put something else in they could go to, then it would probably be a lot more funner for them, and they go there a lot.
At some point in time, for instance, when Elkhorn City High School closes down and it becomes a elementary, possibly a middle school, our current elementary and junior high building are going to be vacant. I think would be a lovely place for something I'll call a youth center. Already has a gymnasium, they could play a little basketball, it has a cafeteria downstairs, has some areas that could be developed into game rooms. I'm talking about arcade games, ping pong tables, stuff. Maybe even some music rooms. Be a lovely thing to have a small recording studio in it. If nothing else, for people to bring their own tapes, their own, furnish your own material to work with. Obviously, you'd have to have some amps and minor things, but, have a small recording studio where if Matt wanted to go in and pound on his guitar and then tape it and take it home and play it and see what it sounded like, things of that sort.
Well, there's several things that could be done. I would like to see a bowling alley, for instance, in Elkhorn. It doesn't have to be an acre. I mean, it could be 6 or 7 alleys as a starter, And I would like to see a boy and girls club in Elkhorn City. I've seen them in other cities, and this does not just mean, doesn't just mean a house or building or something like that. It should be a big place where you can have a ball park, and could be associated with the city ballpark, a park for Little League and for soccer and basketball, and have games set up, you know, so that kids could go whenever they wanted to, or have to at any time.
A pool hall, and a movie theater, a bowling alley, and arcade.
As far as entertainment for our youth, I feel that we need something adult supervision and something good, constructive fun. We could look at, I think something, a YMCA would be wonderful. You would have after-school activities. You could have weekend activities and have something important to do with your time. And with the adult supervision, you can have something that is fun for everyone. It can be a group involvement, and to keep you busy, stay away from drugs, stay away from the wrong crowd, keep yourselves entertained with good, clean, positive fun.
I think that we should have a bowling alley. I think we should have arcade, a movie theater. We're talking about a cafe shop. I think that those places would be really beneficial to the youth here in Elkhorn City.
Well, number one, there's going to have to be some folks give up some money. There's going to have to be some folks that have a vision for this community, for this town. You know, we can put an airport on top of some of these strip jobs, and I don't understand why we can't put a theme park on these strip jobs. Do some more work around the river here with some picnic tables and some volleyball nets. Turn the old Save-A-Lot building out here into a coffee shop and maybe a bowling alley for teenagers. Those are some things that I think we could bring in.
I think there could be a bowling alley or more restaurants and an activity center. The putt-putt golf course could be fixed up so there's more holes, and maybe an arcade or something.
Well, sure, anytime you can keep grown-ups or kids active in some kind of activity, keeps their minds from wandering, and it's good to keep the activities alive in a small community. I believe that the more that we can band together and as a community and keep the kids busy, sure, it keeps them out of trouble.
Yeah, the busier children are, teenagers are, the less opportunity they have to get into drugs and other problems that we have here in this city.
I think that it would keep them out of trouble, because since they would have something else to do, it would keep them from causing trouble, from doing drugs, and I don't know, I just think it would give them something better to do with their time.
Would it keep them out of trouble? Of course not. Kids been getting in trouble since time began. They'll continue to do so. That's part of how they experiment and how they learn what the boundaries are.
Yes, definitely. I feel that would keep a lot of kids out of trouble because it would give them something to do other than go out and sit in their cars and smoke and do drugs and drink and stuff with their friends, because the only place they have to go, they have out there at the ballpark, they go up on the strip job, they go a lot of different places when they could be in these places interacting with other people and enjoying themselves instead of having to worry about smoking pot or doing pills, just to be happy.
Mommy taught me that idle hands are the devil's playthings. And quite frankly, young people have energy, and they will find something to do. Sometimes what they find is things we'd prefer they look elsewhere from.
We as teenagers here in Elkhorn have worked hard in providing this video pertaining to the issue of lack of entertainment for teens. We hope that you will help in doing your part to overcome this obstacle.
Elkhorn it really is slowly deteriorating, and with the new school going, I think it will be really important to bring some new excitement here and entertainment, and it shows everyone's opinions about how we can do this.
April, what do you think?
I think that due to the stereotype, like we mentioned, on the teenagers, for us getting out there and trying to do something about it, it lets them know that there's a lot of good going on around here and that we're trying to make a difference, you know.
Elkhorn for a video project which has stereotyping of teens because it affects us greatly as a whole group. Due to this stereotyping, we feel we have had opportunities taken away and not participated in community activities as fully as we like.
I think that the teens in our community are stereotyped as kids that just run around and really don't do anything to benefit our community, and I really don't appreciate that. I don't think that it's true at all.
I think this is a very good idea right here, having interviews by teens, and I think that it is a big problem, and I think that we should maybe do some kind of community projects or something like that to let them know that we are interested in helping them, that we're not all about running around and just being free and being wild teenagers, you know, like we have been stereotyped.
Whenever I tell people where I'm from, they look at me differently.
And another thing, I think that we always talk about a generation gap, and I think that as adults, we sometimes cause the gap.
Well, my judgment comes from experience, you know, because I work with them every day and things like that. But I think that what affects my judgment mostly is just how each team presents himself to me, you know, whether or not they're willing to do things or willing to work hard at whatever I want them to or whatever they need to.
Well, I can remember all those years ago when I was a teen, and that brings a lot of things to mind now. Young people are no different than they were when I was growing up. We just tend to forget that we had basically maybe not the same problems, but we still had our problems.
People look at us like we're just kids that don't want to do anything, and like all we do is party or do drugs. We don't do anything to help anybody else.
Stereotyped because there's not much activities for teens to do and things to participate in this area, and I would be very happy if the teens had more activities, and I'm very happy to see this activity taking place in our area and see so many kids involved, but they're stereotyped because there's not really much for kids and teenagers to do here in this area.
The teens could get out there and show people that we are more than just teenagers. We do things to help our society, and we don't just run around like they really think we do.
We don't have a whole lot for kids to do around here in the first place. So we have a pretty good bunch of children in this area, I do believe. But like I said, they're limited in a lot they can do.
They do a lot for community services. There was a lot of good kids in the Beta Club that are out for nursing home, helping out in the nursing home and doing just general cleanup in the area.
Our teens are a lot smarter these days, and they've got a lot more opportunities than we had, and I think that scares a lot of adults.
I think that right now, while they're having the OxyFest and the big bust on drugs, that a lot of teens have been stereotyped as drug abusers and drug users in our community especially. I think it's a big problem in our community, and I think that we've been stereotyped a lot more than we should, most teens.
And to me, that makes a difference. They are making a difference. You all do make a difference, and it would be a sad world without you.
Within this experience, we have learned that yes, in this community there are issues such as stereotyping that people are aware of, but yet there's not a lot being done. So in later years, we know that we would like to see this community develop and change for the better.
And what was the funnest part of today?
Scavenger hunt. Guess I'd have to say doing the interviews because it's all done.
I like using the equipment and learn how it works and stuff.
And is there anything that you would want to say to the community of Elkhorn City with your video productions?
Just to get involved and learn more about it.
And don't stereotype teenagers, because there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, but just don't stereotype. And that's it.